The heavy wooden gavel struck down, a dry, final sound. I had lost. Across the stuffy courtroom, Ryoma Kuroki, that viper, was smiling. It wasn't a loud laugh, just a smug curl on his lips. A smile reserved only for me, Kenshin Tanaka, a failed professor of Western metallurgy, now the reluctant warden of the Imperial Mint. That look pierced right through the judge's heavy robes. It said, clear as day, "Professor, you have lost." I felt the blood drain from my face. All the evidence, the months of surveillance, all meaningless. The old magistrate had muttered, "Evidence inadmissible." Why? Because my most important witness, Aito, the man I trusted most at the Mint, had just admitted it. He'd accepted gifts from Kuroki. My entire case was built on the testimony of a traitor. Ito bowed his head, but I saw his shoulders trembling. He wasn't repentant. He was laughing. Kuroki had planted him from the very beginning. Ryoma Kuroki was declared innocent. He stood, brushing invisible dust from his expensive silk kimono, and walked past me, so close I could smell the faint scent of sumi ink. "Professor," he whispered, his voice smooth as velvet, "perhaps you should return to your books. The real world demands subtlety." He vanished from the courtroom, leaving me standing amid the ashes of my career. That night, I didn't go home. I returned to my office at the Mint. The smell of metal and coal hung thick in the air. This place had been my humiliation. When Tokyo University modernized, they said my knowledge of classical metallurgy was obsolete. They pushed me here to manage the minting of new coins for the Meiji Empire. A tedious administrative post that slowly strangled my spirit. I had been drowning in a fog of failure for 2 years, until the counterfeit money appeared. They weren't clumsy copies. They were masterpieces, perfect in weight, flawless in engraving, finer than our official coins. They were an artistic declaration of war, and for the first time in years, I felt a spark, not justice fury, the fury of a scholar. Someone was doing my job better than I was. The investigation pulled me from the mire. It gave me purpose. And Ryoma Kuroki, a disgraced master artisan, emerged as the prime suspect. I poured everything into the case. And today, Kuroki had taken it all. He hadn't just defeated me, he had humiliated me. He showed me he was 3 steps ahead, that he had infiltrated my own department. I stared at the candle on my desk. The familiar emptiness began to creep back in the urge to give up. But as the flame flickered, something else rose inside me. Something hotter, sharper. It wasn't despair. It was rage. Kuroki had misjudged me. He thought I was just a bookworm. He forgot that the metals I study aren't only used for coins. They forge swords. He wanted a war of subtlety. He would get it. I assembled a team, not police, not officials, outcasts, a petty thief who knew every alley in Asakusa, an old geisha who held the secrets of half the statesmen in Tokyo, and a retired sumo wrestler from muscle loyal only to money. I began to live 2 lives. By day, I was the stern warden Tanaka, attending dull meetings about copper alloys. By night, I donned the clothes of a humble merchant, slipping through tea houses, gambling dens, and the narrow alleys of Yoshiwara. I bought whispers, mapped Kuroki's network, and pieced together the empire of shadows he had built. He wasn't merely a counterfeiter, he was running a hidden economy. He laundered money through kabuki theaters. He financed opium smugglers. He was arrogant enough to publish anonymous essays mocking the poor craftsmanship of the Imperial Mint's new designs. He was taunting me, but Kuroki was careful. He never touched the counterfeit coins himself. He used a web of intermediaries. I could catch the small fish, but the viper always escaped. I needed something to tie him directly to the crime confession. But how do you make a man like Kuroki confess? Too smart to be tricked, too rich to be bribed, too arrogant to be afraid. Arrogance, that was the key. the arrogance of an artist. I'd read his essays, heard reports of his boasts in underground salons. He wasn't doing this for money. He was doing it to prove he was better than the mint, better than me. He craved admiration. And so, the plan began to form. Ruthless, immoral, perfect. We didn't arrest Kuroki for counterfeiting. We arrested him for something utterly mundane: tax evasion, a crime beneath his pride. He was thrown into a common holding cell, angry but unafraid. He knew he could beat the charge easily. His lawyer would arrive in the morning. He didn't know the cell was prepared. He wasn't alone. I had placed an old man in there with him, a frail, coughing man trembling with fear. Kato, a great rakugoka, a master storyteller. A man I had saved from crushing gambling debt weeks earlier. And hidden in the air vent, small enough for a child, was my thief from Asakusa, a man with the ears of a bat and the silence of a shadow to memorize every word. Kato began telling stories to calm his own fear, stories of legendary thieves, of brilliant scams, of artisans who created copies so perfect they fooled the gods. Kuroki listened in the dark, disdain twisting his lips. Kato told of a thief who stole the shogun's sword. Kuroki scoffed. A common burglar. Kato told of a swindler who sold the imperial palace to a foreigner. Kuroki yawned. Child's play. Finally, Kato, his voice trembling, told the story of a counterfeiter, a clumsy fool who was caught because his coins turned green from cheap brass. Kuroki couldn't stand it. "Be silent, you old fool," he hissed, his voice cutting through the darkness. "You speak of idiots, not artists. You know nothing of true creation." "Creation of what?" Kato asked timidly. "Perfection." Kuroki's voice swelled with pride. "Shall I enlighten you? Shall I tell you how to bring an empire to its knees with skill alone? How to forge a yen so perfect that even the warden of the mint, that pathetic Professor Tanaka, would swear it was his own?" And then Kuroki talked. He told everything. How he stole the original alloys. How he carved the dies by hand, by candlelight. How he mocked my weak defenses. He boasted. He preened. He confessed every detail. In the next cell, my thief, with perfect memory, recorded every word. The next morning, Kuroki entered the interrogation room, calm and confident. He expected his lawyer. Instead, he found me. I sat there with a thick stack of papers before me. "Good morning, Kuroki-san," I said. "Did you sleep well?" He narrowed his eyes. "Tanaka, what is this farce?" "Release me." "We'll get to your release," I said, sliding the transcription toward him. "But first, I wanted to discuss your acid etching technique. It's truly impressive." Kuroki's face froze as he read. He saw the transcript, his boasts, his own words. His confidence cracked, but I wasn't finished. "You see, Ryoma," I said coldly, "you thought this was a duel between us. You were wrong. This was a problem, and I'm a scholar. I analyzed every variable." I pulled out another stack of files. "You thought no one knew, but I know. I know about the lost copper shipment in Nagasaki Harbor 3 years ago. I know about the fire at your rival's forge in Osaka. I know every merchant, every gangster, every corrupt official in your network. I spread the diagrams on the table, hundreds of names connected by red ink, all leading to the center. To him, your confession in the cell will end you. But this network," I said, tapping the paper, "this will erase your legacy. You're not an artist, Kuroki. You're just a greedy criminal. And you were caught by a bookworm." For the first time, I saw fear in his eyes. Not fear of death, but fear of exposure. The fear of an artist being revealed as a fraud. The second trial was swift. The confession was read aloud. The evidence of his criminal empire laid bare. Kuroki said nothing. He only stared at me. The arrogance was gone. His eyes were empty. He was sentenced to death. Weeks later, I stood in the courtyard of the mint, overseeing the destruction of the counterfeit dies. The furnace roared, consuming Kuroki's twisted masterpieces. Ito, the traitor, had been arrested. Kuroki's network dismantled. The economy stabilized. I should have felt victorious, but I only felt tired. I had waded into darkness to catch a monster, and some of that darkness clung to me. I was no longer the idealistic professor. I was the man who had used deception, manipulation, and espionage to win. I returned to my office. On my desk lay a new stack of reports: production costs, nickel alloys, routine bureaucracy. The tedious work continued. But as I sat there, I picked up a newly minted coin. I turned it in my hand. The metal was cold, solid, real. The innocence of a professor was gone, forged in the fire of this war into something else. An unyielding resolve, hard as the steel we use for our dies. I had looked into the darkness, and I had learned to see within it. I am Kenshin Tanaka. I am the warden of the mint, and this mint, this economy, this reality is my domain. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed this journey into the shadows of Meiji-era Japan, please like this video and subscribe for more Tales from the Edge. See you next time.